everybody? The boy Vrn Hayes Vsion. Wanted to come back with another record. You know, give you guys a behind the scenes glimpse of how the record came together. It featured myself, 3 other artists by the name of Agallah The Don, Vrn Hayes, and Prince Angelus, not in that order. But you know, it was a dope record. It's dope when you get to collaborate with artists you respect, but they also your homies, so it's a different type of chemistry. You know, then you can be real with everybody about, you know, the creative aspect. When they ask for your opinion, ain't no egos involved or anything. So it's a dope feeling, man. I'm actually back making music, and it's been therapeutic, man. So I'm just happy to be able to be creating again and making new music, making new sounds, coming up with new ideas. Especially during this pandemic, you know, I had a lot more time on my hands to be able to create, put things together, reach out to various artists and collab with, when in the past I wasn't able to. So it's a great feeling. Small fact that I actually reached out to Sly Boogie. Sly Boogie was gonna be on the record too, but I guess something happened during the pandemic, so he wasn't able to hop on it. But shout out to Sly Boogie too, because he was actually down to do it. You know, but let's get into the record though. So basically, this sound right here is what drove the entire record. It gave me that, I would say that creative story backdrop feel to it. That sound, that element added to the track, along with the raw vocals of all the artists featured on the track. Them rapping over the top of that sound, it just made the track like crazy in my mind. Like, yo, this is crazy. Everybody talking about what's going on in real life. You can sit up here and listen to it and probably watch the news and just relate to it, because it's talking about everything in real time. You know, we got a lot of music like that. And that's what I take pride in making music that's actually relatable to the times that we're living in, you know, and things like that. So I thought that was a big deal, being able to collab with artists and talk about real life situations so that people that's listening can actually, you know, apply it to their life or take heed and maybe, you know, apply it later. You know, if they wasn't receptive to it now, maybe the third time they listen to it, they'll hear it and be like, oh yeah, I get it now. I see what they're talking about. From how the virus allegedly got to America, to the pandemic, to the money that was given out, to just adjusting to the lifestyle of being at home, you know, having stay-at-home orders and things like that. So I thought, you know, this is the perfect record to explain, you know, or help people adjust to these living circumstances.
You know, if it's on, Brian James basically hit me up to get on the song. When I heard the beat, and I was like, okay, this is the vibe. I just went off the vibe of the beat. The beat basically kind of gave me a feel of, you know, what was going on today, and you know, the modern times of with hip hop, how hip hop is affected by the COVID-19 and everything. That's kind of like, you know, survival tactics. You know, first thing that came to my mind is how, you know, we as a people going to survive, and I felt like my whole verse kind of speaks on the survival of how we need to approach, you know, the future, and how, you know, we can help each other, and how we can help the youth kind of, you know, understand what's going on. You know, then I done seen it all. I done seen the AIDS epidemic, the crack epidemic happen to the people from years ago. So it's like, you know, you got to be able to, you know, give that hope, you know what I'm saying? And especially, you know, understanding what's going on now and all of these weapons that's formed against us, you know, the government. You see people protesting now. You know, still you got social injustice of, you know, racial barriers, you know what I'm saying? And now we seeing, you know, it finally blow over. You know, you got to be able to have some kind of mental stability. And I feel like that verse that I spit kind of showcases, you know, what we as a people need to really pay attention to. You know, knowing that the media says a lot, you know, and they are trying to like throw so much information at you at one time, you get confused about, what's actually most important. And the most important thing is you taking care of yourself. And that's just what, I felt like that verse, my verse on If It's On basically tells you, be your own doctor. You know what I'm saying? Learn, how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And that's just really the gist of that, and we got to stay strong out here. Shout out to Brian James, your boy Agallah The Don.
Yo, what up? What it do, man? This Vrn Hayes, the Griot. Check it out. When Brian James reached out about the It's On record, I jumped at the opportunity to work with the brother again. I've known him for a couple years, maybe 10 or more, and he's always coming with the positive vibes and the more informative music. And I jumped at the opportunity to speak on this pandemic and my thoughts on it, if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's a real thing. So, I think it's a really dope record. Production is fucking bananas. Every MC on the record did their thing, very informative, and, put out some real good content, real good information. So, it was an honor and a pleasure working on that record with Brian James and the rest of the fellas that jumped aboard. And definitely needed in today's time, music with content, music that's going to be timeless and it's going to speak to you. With that, I'm out. This is Vrn, the Griot.
What up? You just tuned into another Brian James Vision production. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. The song, If It's On, is now available on all digital platforms, so you can go access it right now. Look up Brian James Vision. If It's On, follow, subscribe. Do what you got to do, man. We're going to be continuing dropping hot music, dropping these visuals. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you guys stay locked in.